Hello everyone, watch this review here with a look at the Target exclusive Prince Dastan from McFarlane's Prince of Persia, the Sands of Time toy line. Now this is basically the same figure as the standard version, I believe, with the exception of, just some translucent parts for the Sands of Time effect. Of course, being that it's a store exclusive and, variant, it's not pictured on the back of the package here. Also sort of disappointing just in that instead of giving us like a different figure, all we got was just another repack of Prince Dastan, who had several versions available, but this is the 4-inch line. I've reviewed some of them. This is the 6-inch line, which I didn't bother collecting. The 4-inch Dastan with horse, which I reviewed, and the Castle Gates, which I reviewed, dagger, which I wish I picked up but held off. But hold on a second, I'll get out of pack. Prince Dastan comes with 2 accessories. The first is this more metallic scimitar as seen here. As mentioned in other videos, it's incredibly fragile and can break very easily, just because it's not a very thick material. The other accessory is the one in his hand. It's the removable Dagger of Time with the whole time effect, which is why it's kind of glowing and it's orange and stuff. Translucent plastic. I mean, obviously it doesn't look as cool as the standard version, but, it's more for the whole dramatic effect of this whole time-shifting thing there. Now, I didn't pick up the normal version of this figure, but, you get something similar to this in the pack with the horse, which I ended up breaking because the joint was kind of thin on one of the knees. There's a defect or something, but as mentioned in other reviews, I mean, McFarlane really did a tremendous job with the 4-inch line in terms of just paint detailing and, the sculpts and everything. I mean, this actually looks a lot more impressive than the Battle Armor Prince Dastan. I mean, just look at this robe here, or coat or whatever, where you have all these different colors in effect, and, a lot of texturing, partly due to, I think, just the way that the paint was laid on. I mean, very nice. I mean, the only real drawback is kind of half-assed it with these lines here, which I think were supposed to represent, like, ropes or something, or, some sort of, like, a piece of clothing, but it's just painted on. A very nice detail on the gauntlet. Surprisingly, no paint defects that I can see from here, despite the fact that we have like gold interlaid with the leather portions. And all in all, just a really nice looking figure. Now, really, I believe the only difference between this and the other version of it is the arm here, but I don't have it to compare. Just a translucent orange. It starts really here at the part, but you'll notice they also painted a little bit above that. So, I mean, yeah, it's basically the same as the other version. And, I mean, if you have the other version, I don't know if this is something you'd probably want to pick up or not, but, whereas I don't, it definitely is a neat item. In terms of articulation, we have a rotating wrist, ball and socket here at the elbow, good range of motion, no problems, ball jointed shoulder, again, just really good motion. Head should rotate, but mine isn't doing it, I think just because of the scarf here. Or maybe it's because the whole head portions goes all the way back here, so, it's just not made to really move, but you can feel a movement going on there. And I believe you can probably pull up the scarf if you wanted to, so it would partially cover his face. At the waist, we have a point of rotation. Be really careful whenever you do anything with the hips, because they do have a tendency to kind of snap there. But it has a full range of motion as far as I can tell. Ball and socket at the knee. Again, just be really careful. I think part of the problem is that when they applied the paint, it might have gotten over some of the portions, which might have led to some breakages, but, and then a ball and socket here at the ankle. Again, I've just really been impressed by McFarlane's work in the past, I guess 5 years or so in terms of their figure lines. I mean, before that, they used to do like these heavily pre-posed figures that didn't really have a ton of articulation, but they've really turned it around, whereas their Halo line has tremendous articulation without sacrificing any of the looks, and it's really completely the same for the 4-inch line. 6-inch line is a little bit different in that they went for the more traditional like pre-poses and then like action things, but I think the bigger ones ironically were made more to appeal to children, whereas the smaller ones were made to appeal to adult collectors. Kind of a weird paradigm there, but this has been a look at the Target exclusive Prince Dastan with Sand of Time effect in play. Until next time, folks.